Hi, and welcome to the first Make Creative podcast. The first one.
The first episode.
First episode. It can only get better from here.
Yeah, it can only get better.
Probably not going to get worse.
Yeah, probably. Oh, I hope not.
If it gets worse, we're in trouble. My name is Sam.
And I am Connor.
And we're the co-creators and co-writers of Make Creative and all the songs that you're going to see on the channel. It's exciting. This is our third video we've shot. We're having a great old time of it.
Yep, it's been a real experience learning the ropes of playing songs in front of a camera and doing that whole
Preaching in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Editing.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff.
It's been a journey. It's been really cool so far, and we're really proud of what we've achieved so far.
Yeah, it's really fun. So hopefully you've seen the other two videos. They're up on the channel.
If you haven't, go back and look at them.
Yeah, go back and look at them after this. Make sure you view this and then go and watch them. But make sure you check them out, and thank you if you already have. So on this first podcast, we're going to be talking through kind of our story of how we started co-writing together, and then how that turned into making a worship album, and finally how we turn that into making a YouTube channel as well. So that's kind of what's going to happen, and there's two stories that go into the co-writing process, and so Connor's going to tell one side of the story, I'm going to tell the other, and then we'll go on from there. So Connor, what happened for you?
Right, okay, so we've got a night we've named the Encounter Night, and that night is a combined youth event.
And young adults.
Youth and young adults event, yeah. And Sam was speaking, and I was asked to play in the music team. I don't normally, but I decided I would give it a go. So I joined in with the music team, and we did a service together. But before the service came on, Sam was like, "Oh, hey guys, if you guys we're going to do an altar call, and if you guys are feeling that you need to come down the front and be prayed for, then we'll come and pray for you." And I was like, no way. I love my guitar so much. I would not put it down for anything. So when they said that, I was like, oh, it's no way. But then the service came, and Sam talked to us about giving up our fears. And for me, I had crippling doubt. It was really hurting my situation. I just didn't believe I could achieve anything.
And we had been, so the backstory to this is that we'd been traveling in the car to beach volleyball every week, and we've
been chatting about this for a long time. Yeah.
And that's how we became really good friends. Yeah. And so this night happened after talking for ages about how Connor had all this doubt kind of wrapped up in him.
Yeah.
And
so then when Sam invited, Sam invited us all to give up whatever was holding us down, give it up to God, because it's not, God isn't going to take it away from us if we refuse to give it up. So we have to give it up. And when I was walking back onto stage for the final song, that's when I think it really hit me. It was like, I was like, my doubt's gone. And I just felt so clean and so fresh and so new again. And I was just like, I got on stage and was just so filled with the Spirit. And I was up there playing the guitar, and everyone was sort of started to come to the front, and Callum, from the drummer behind me, he sort of came to the front. He came down and he started praying, and I was still up there, and I was just playing my guitar, like eyes closed, just still going. I was like, could fill with the Spirit. I could really feel God in this place. Just wouldn't get down though, because I just didn't want to give up my guitar. I just loved playing the guitar and worshiping God. I was just so sunk into the moment. But Pete and Sam came up. So Pete's a friend of ours, and they came up to me and they started praying to me, and I just started weeping, and I was playing music and weeping and crying, and then Sam prophesied over me, and it's just an amazing night, and it's just led us on this crazy journey. And sort of leads us to now skipping a few months of writing and whatever.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I prayed for was that you were going to be someone who wrote songs for God.
Yeah.
And kind of after that night, I said, hey, Connor, why don't you co-write worship songs with somebody? Yeah. Not meaning me.
Yeah. Not meaning him.
And the next day, Callum, the drummer, texts Connor and says, do you want to write some worship songs?
Yeah,
together?
Totally disconnected from everything. He would just message me as well. Sam's you should ask someone to write worship songs, and then someone messages me saying, hey man, do you want to write worship songs? Yeah. And now I was like, yes, I do. I really do. So
So like I wasn't even in the mix to begin with, and I've never written a worship song before this. But then, so the thing that was happening alongside this is that in my church, I had just done a kids talk on the feeding of the 5,000 and on how Jesus took this little bit of stuff that a kid gave him and he turned it into something that fed 5,000 people. And for whatever reason, that really resonated with one of the kids who was listening to the kids talk in the service. And so during the last song, she hands me this piece of paper, and on both sides are all these lyrics for a song she's written based off what I said, which is really cool as like someone who was doing that. That's really cool to see a kid really take that on board. And I was just like, we got to turn this into a song. We have to turn this into a real song. I was trying to find someone who would do it in my church, and I couldn't. And so I asked Connor, hey man, can you help me turn this into a song? And so he was like, yeah, we'll give it a go. And one afternoon before beach volleyball, we sat in the church and we started trying to figure out what she had actually written. And
it was sort of like on a piece of paper, just like with crayons and written on. But
but we got there.
Yeah, we sort of captured what Sue was trying to say, and that really gave us a strong direction.
And Connor was bouncing ideas off me. I wasn't really helping him write. He was just bouncing ideas off me. And then I went away for 2 weeks, and the song was written. And what was really cool was both our churches played the song on the same morning for the first time.
Yeah.
And apparently some of her family were at Connor's church, and she was at my church, and they were both hearing it at the exact same time, and they really didn't know it was this child's song that we'd turn into a real song. And so that was really awesome. And from there, when Callum said, do you want to write? I was like, hey, can I tag along and check it out? And then Callum couldn't make it.
Yeah, Callum couldn't make the first week. I think he wasn't feeling too well. Or something like
so I was just there. And so I just started trying to help write a song with Connor.
Yeah.
And we ended up writing a song that night.
That was Staring Back.
Yep.
That's a fun song.
It's a fun song. We'll definitely hear it on the channel. And I was like, I've never done this before, but let's give this a go. And so we started writing these songs together. And Callum came in for some of the songs. But for the most part, it's been us two writing those songs. And I can't believe half the songs we've written, considering I've never written songs before.
So it was just like, it's really has been a journey with all the songs. So like as a band now, we've got a couple of members, and we're working on the songs and writing different parts of vocal melodies and piano melodies and lead guitar and all sorts of things. And it's been really fun being on that journey and playing them. Yeah.
So when we were writing, we came up with some rules that we needed to follow, or guidelines that we wanted to follow in terms of writing the songs, and it ended up being the guidelines that we needed for the album, because at some point we decided, hey, let's turn this into an album.
Yeah, we were just like 10 songs. We just put a number to it, and then we just felt like that was right. So we went for that.
And so what we wanted to do was we wanted to create songs that were really congregationally driven, so they were all corporate songs, but also that could be picked up by anyone. You didn't need synth or anything outside.
We wanted to do something simple so that anyone can play it.
And so we started writing these songs based on those guidelines. We said that they had to be they had to be about God, not us. So too often we focus on our problems and not on God, and we kind of lose something in that, because it's actually in God that we should be basing our lives off, that they had to be from Scripture.
Yeah, so it had to be biblically from the Bible. If you've listened to Heavenly Love already, then you'll know that song is based on the prodigal son.
Yep, and every song is based on Scripture in some form. And then the last one was being corporate in all our songs as well. And we only broke that rule on 2 songs, I think.
Yeah. Well, one like I feel like we bend the rules. The other one we just break.
We 100% break. So what we're planning to do now is release that album. We're planning to record it at the end of this year, and hopefully release it towards the start of next year, just depending on how things go. Obviously, with coronavirus, that means things may be pushed back.
Holding everyone up. So.
So Connor's starting to get the band together, and that's kind of his side of things, is looking after that. So band's coming together. We got an album name. It should be up on the banner of YouTube. It's called Word Spoken. So yeah, that's what we're counting down to. But in the meantime, we were originally going to release all the songs as a video as well once the album was done.
Yeah.
However, I finished up at my job, so I needed something to do.
Yep.
And also with everything happening at the moment, it was kind of like...
It's a bit easier to do this than...
Yes. It's been easier to do this than getting the band together. And so we said, why not count down to the album with releasing the songs monthly as an acoustic track? So not the full band, not what you're going to get in the album, but the song you get acoustically. Connor will play most of them.
I'm gonna play it for you, and then you guys haven't seen one, but next week we're gonna do a tutorial video on Heavenly Love, so you guys can play that in your own church.
And we really encourage you guys to play
take it and play it in your church, because that's what these songs are. They're for a congregation. They're supposed to be sung in church. They're not for a stage. They're not for performance. They're worship songs to God.
Yeah, and then I'll do a very short message once a month as well that kind of fits with the song, kind of shows where the scriptural stuff comes through. And then we have this week, which is a podcast. And what we're hoping to do with this podcast is kind of, I guess, let it be whatever it wants to be. But we want, big dream is to...
for it to be like an outlet.
Yeah.
An outlet for people with who have been made creative through God, from God.
So anyone who is writing worship songs, or I don't know, dancing, doing art, even the sound and light guys, you've said a number of times, that they're using their gifts creatively, an outlet to show that and also to talk about it. And so that's what we're really hoping for, is that we will be a spotlight for others. And obviously we want to build up our local scene in Perth.
Yeah. So, I was having dinner with a friend the other day, and he just mentioned to me, hey man, just been really feeling the call to write worship songs. And I was like, at first I was like, oh, is he going to be in competition? And I was like, no, that shouldn't be the way I look at it. I should be like, let's do this together. Let's follow this journey together as believers in Christ. So be inviting people like that onto the podcast and seeing things from their perspective.
Yeah, and we also might do things like writing a song on a podcast. Yeah. We might give that a go, or I might walk through how I might write a message for people if they want to, because that's a creative outlet for me as well, as writing a message. And so we want to really highlight people. We want to do things that we love on this podcast, and we kind of want to talk about what it means to worship God in a fuller sense than just worship songs, and give people a place to express themselves as well, and their gifts for God. And it doesn't have to be just people in Perth, it can be anywhere really, but we really want to see people from different churches writing worship songs, because
we want to see people praising God.
I had never written songs before, and I just wanted to give it a go. And a lot of times people don't try, even though they want to do something.
And especially people who are really passionate about it.
Yes.
They get so easily deterred. As I was saying, sort of the beginning with my stories, that I was so filled with doubt. Yeah. And I was just like, that was restricting me from taking that step and doing something about it. So
for sure. And like to be honest, on a message perspective for me, I went through something. I ended up getting heat stroke on stage one time, and I've really been freaked out to preach for a while. And being able to do that again in an environment like this has been incredible. And it's kind of reignited that creativity in me on that stage. And it's that sort of thing that we want to help others do as well.
Yeah, that's right. To bridge that gap. Imagine being like every ounce of your being wants to praise and worship God, but you're too nervous to do it. You know, like that.
100% been there.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's what we hope to do. Every month we'll have that sort of vibe of the song, the message in the song, a podcast, and a tutorial. We want all of these songs to be played in a church. If you want to take the acoustic version and try and figure it out in a band before we do, that's totally okay with us. We want these songs were meant to be played congregationally, and so we want people to do that, and we want to teach people how to do that, and we want to see our songs played because we love our songs, and hopefully other people will as well.
Enjoying it. I mean, I like to think that I listen to my own music because I'm self-analyzing it, but secretly I love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's been a couple of times where I've texted Connor and been like, dude, I cannot believe I wrote this.
yeah, it's actually it's like it's interesting. Like when you after that we've talked about the transformation of a song, and when you're there at the beginning and then you get at the end, you're just like what happened in the middle, like you're just like you were there, you were there for the whole journey, but it's just amazing how much it can really change and blossom into something that's really amazing.
Yes, yeah, and like I don't know, I talked about at the start of the message for Heavenly Love. It's just crazy what kind of comes out when we're writing a song, but you look back at the lyrics and you go, I don't know how we got here.
Yeah.
But they're really powerful when you actually stop and think. And that's for anyone writing anything. Like
absolutely.
When it comes from your heart and it's praising God, it is really incredible what can come out.
Definitely, 100%.
It's amazing. So yeah, that's our story. That's what we hope for the future. We hope to be doing this for a while. So make sure you keep watching. Make sure you click subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of our videos coming out every Friday. There's one each week.
Yeah.
Make sure you like this if you're a fan. Tell us what we could do differently.
Yeah. If you got any ideas, like throw them in the comment section. We'll try and respond to everyone.
Yeah.
But we can't do this without your support. So. Please subscribe because we'd love to be able to keep doing this.
For sure.
And the goals that we have in mind, we're really excited for.
Yeah, we have bigger goals than just that, but we're starting with this and we're seeing where it goes from here. So please make sure you tune in to see what we're doing next. Then there'll be a new song coming out in 2 weeks' time anyway. So
awesome.
Yeah. So this has been Made Creative Podcast number one. Thank you for watching. You're awesome. Have a great week.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching our video. Make sure you press the like button down below if you liked it. Press subscribe so you can tune in to our videos every Friday. And thanks for watching.